Cultivating Authentic Universal Energy podcast. Join us, Lisa Miliaresis and Michele Belcastro, as we dive into the vibrant world of energy, intuition, and spirit. Our journey through mediumship, psychic insights, Reiki, and the magic of crystals is not just about exploring the unseen. It's about connecting deeply with the universe and ourselves. Lisa is a seasoned medium and author, and she brings the wisdom of her books, being light-driven and spiritual guidance, trusting the voice within, to life. She teaches us to embrace our intuition safely and joyfully. Michele, a sensitive intuitive, and the soul behind the Violet Butterfly Metaphysical Healing Center, shares her journey from her spiritual awakening to creating a sanctuary for others to discover and nurture their spiritual gifts. Together, we're more than just co-hosts. We're guides on this adventure into universal energy, sharing our experiences and the transformative power it holds. We are thrilled to invite you to our first ever CARE retreat in Safety Harbor, Florida, this April from the 19th to the 21st. If you'd like to dive deeper with us, you can visit Lisa at tocommunicate.net and Michele at thevioletbutterflymhc.com. Let's embrace the energy together. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Right? It's been ages. All right, so most of you guys know that Lisa and I work with cards very, very often. And I pulled some cards, and it's from Oracle of the Angels, Healing Images and Messages from the Angelic Realm. It's this deck right here for those of you that can see us on YouTube. So the very first one that I selected, oh, this is such a pretty card. So this is a wise person in kind of like a garden, and there's 3 archways, and the stairs all have colors basically associated with the chakras going up the stairs.
Oh, how pretty that is.
It's called initiation.
And what are those little stars on the top of the archways?
So they look like they're little fairies.
Okay.
They're those look like fairies. If you see, like, even on the stairs, there's little ones too.
Hmm.
The
I
card
love
in
it.
person is way clearer than what I can show you via video. But like, if you even look at this card, it's going from darkness to light,
Mm-hmm.
to heavier vibrations from heavier vibrations to lighter vibrations. Let me just read what this card is about from the book. Every stage in life is an initiation into a new, higher state of being. Through these constant progressive initiations, we gain access to the strengths that help us grow in love and wisdom. Welcome these evolutionary passages. See them as an opening that leads you to work on your innermost being so that you can forever can't read or talk today. See them as an opening that leads you to work on your innermost being so that you can be forever lifted up to the highest ideal. And the affirmation that goes with it is, I am constantly being initiated into higher states of awareness.
That's a great affirmation. And we just did a podcast on affirmations, so this really just ties right into that. So can you read that again, that affirmation?
Yeah. I am constantly being initiated into higher states of awareness.
Wow. I really like that. And it just speaks to how we live life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So pretty much every topic that we've discussed comes back to, it's not always a new something, but it's a new perspective on something,
Yes.
right? So just because we've been on a spiritual journey for X number of years, it doesn't mean you're done. Like this card says, it's like this constant initiation. There's something new, even if it's kind of an old topic.
Right. And it's like taking steps up because every time you get to a plateau in some area, you have to like take another step. That you're not done.
No, nope, you're not done. And we talk about baby steps.
Hmm.
Baby steps are so important. It's movement. It
And yeah, and the simple affirmation that you read is a
mhm,
way to shift your vibration into a higher state of consciousness or a place that's not. A lot of times people will associate things that aren't working out in their life with something that they fear. So if we can replace that with a faithful or a more um, hopeful thought, it helps to lift that vibration. And
sure.
I know that it's a little bit off topic, but you'll end up making it work somehow, as you always do. But if you look at the emotional scale, fear is at the very bottom. Love is at the very top. But in the middle, where you're neutral, it's that space of neutrality and then hope, faith, things of that nature. And
Sure.
I think that that card to me just gives me a lot of hope. Like the feeling I get from that is hope. When I look at that card and I say, okay, sometimes when I read a card, I'll read what it says and I go, well, how does it feel? And it feels
Mhm.
like hope to me.
Yeah. Well, and let's face it, if you're in a situation where it seems like there's always these new beginnings, it's tiring. And you
Mm,
could be asking why? Why does this keep on happening to me? You could be feeling like you're a victim of the things that are going on in your life. So I do think that this card helps with a little bit of an explanation. And because you guys know, I'm very left brained. I can be very, very left brained. And if my left brain can understand just the smallest amount of what's going on for me, I can relax into a situation.
mhm.
I can accept a situation. Okay, so all of this newness, they're initiations that help me gain a perspective and a strength to continue on my path in a good
Nice.
way.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what you need, that strength and that compassion for yourself, really,
For
to move
sure.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
But a good card.
All right. So I pulled three cards, and the next one is Angel Whispers. So this is a young girl with an angel next to her, and again in a beautiful like wooded scene. So it's literally a young
She's very
woman,
pretty. Yeah.
yep, with this angel literally whispering in her ear. And the book says, in our everyday lives, we're constantly bombarded with different messages, all competing to be heard by us. Rather than plugging into the overwhelming number of fear based messages we receive from society or mass consciousness, use your awareness to hear messages of a higher vibration. Listen to the whispers of angels inside your heart. Ask your angels to help you hear the whisperings of the universe so that you can live with greater understanding and purpose.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. So the affirmation that goes along with this is I move my awareness within and discover the entire universe. My angels lovingly guide me. The universe is full of timeless wisdom. I am loved. I choose love. Isn't
That
that
highest
great?
vibration. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all about meditation.
Well, so
Turning off social media, meditate.
exactly, like get away from the things that get you all riled up,
Hmm.
that are unnecessary. Do you honestly think we were meant to have the connection of all the stuff that happens around the world? You know, our news.
I have a I have a dual feeling about that.
Okay, well, do tell.
I think it's part of the evolution. And if you look at life as if we're not living it, you look at it from above and you look at it from the stream of spirit. Okay.
Mhm.
Spirit, and if we are evolving to be like them in any way, they communicate with thought. You can just thought and it's there already. So there's no sense of lapse, there's no sense of time.
Mhm.
So I really think that part of this is giving us a more understanding of time, because you go online, it's like you type it in, it's there. It's almost like my Amazon comes the same day. Or you're on social media and you're connected to all these people. So of course it's out of balance because it's something that's fairly new for our society. But as we get involved in it, it will come back to balance. And hence we got people saying turn it off, because they're trying to figure it out. But just like AI, I think that's part of our evolution to become one consciousness where we evolve our vibrations higher. Again, this is really far out there. I get it. It's probably, I hope I'm articulating it correctly, but it is something that I sense and I feel um, from spirit, but it's down the road probably a few decades.
So I think what you're trying to say is that this our social media and our news is a prehistoric, and I say that in relation to spirit,
Yes, it is prehistoric. Yes.
prehistoric when it comes to the kind of communication that can happen. But in the meantime, there's too many channels going on.
Because we need to evolve in a balance and get a balance with it. Yes.
And,
So
you know,
there's something to appreciate in it, and then there's something to get balanced with it.
yeah. Oh,
It's just a perspective and a thought, but thank you for bringing clarity to it because it was trying to come out my mouth and it didn't work well.
yeah. I mean, it's really hard because news in general, and I'm not picking on a particular station or anything like that, in social media, the messaging is relentless.
Oh, I dislike it immensely. I agree with you. I have to just get high level like headlines just to know what's going on, like 5 minutes of the day, and then I'm done.
Exactly. Exactly. So, I think the message here with this card is that we all have to find that balance for ourselves.
Hmm.
And, we talk about life being contrast or things happening like a pendulum where you swing from one extreme to the other. Like you have to listen to your internal you. Like
Right.
what will help you with balance? Is it looking at the headlines for 5 minutes a day and being like, okay, there are no hurricanes coming. There's nothing that I really have to worry about today until the next day when I check the headlines and the weather.
Right.
Um,
What was the
or
affirmation with that card? I didn't mean to interrupt you. If you
that one is I move my awareness within and discover the entire universe. My angels lovingly guide me. The universe is full of timeless wisdom. I am loved. I choose love.
So I think not to be a hater, even though we dislike something, try and look at the similarities and the things that are positive and build
Mhm.
from there.
Yep.
Because, all right, I just like the way that the media is being presented to me, but certain things of it I can appreciate, the connectivity of people around the world.
Yep.
We are all connected, and then focus on the positive. And after I'm done looking at the news, I'm going to send prayer and I'll send light to everybody. So
Mhm.
that's the connection that I would get from that. But I think it's a great card,
So
great
I think I'm going to add one more thing to that, Lisa. I agree with
Sure.
what you're saying, but when it says I choose love, choose you. Choose
Right.
you first.
Yes.
I'm going to go back to that. You can't serve others if your cup is empty. You have
Right.
to choose what works for you best
That's a good point.
first.
Yes.
So whatever that happens to be.
I used to find when I was going through difficult times, for whatever reason, I instinctively would go like this, put my hand on my chest and pat it. And I didn't know from tapping or anything like that, but it's just something like it's almost like when you get a boo-boo, you put your hand on it. It
Yep.
was like have no
Yeah,
idea why, but it always made me feel better. And then give yourself some love, you know?
absolutely. All right. So the third card that I picked, and you guys shouldn't be surprised at this, is
But I will be.
called, yep, is called Inner Peace.
Mm,
And again, it's in a garden setting with this big, beautiful tree. And there's a doorway of light with angels around this door. So that's what the little stars are. They're not fairies, they're angels, right? Because this
wow.
is the Oracle of the Angels.
Mhm.
And the book says, trust that everything is exactly as it needs to be, even if appearances suggest that chaos rules. Sometimes it can be a challenge to remain calm and centered in the midst of conflict or stressful situations, but you are guided in these instances to look within. Focus on attaining balance and peace within, and you'll find this will greatly influence your external reality.
That in a nutshell is so perfect to
Mm-hmm.
everything that I try to do with the energy and prayer for the world, myself and the world.
Yeah. All right. So the affirmation that goes along with this is in times of stress or conflict, I focus on creating a space of calm and balance within. My inner world creates my reality. I ask the universe for help to guide me and enlighten me so that I may master my thoughts and emotions. I am peaceful. So let me read
Wow.
that again
Please,
because
I need a bumper sticker.
there's there's a lot here. In times of stress or conflict, I focus on creating a space of calm and balance within. My inner world creates my reality. I ask the universe for help to guide me and enlighten me so that I may master my thoughts and emotions. I am peaceful. Pretty cool.
I love it.
So let me illustrate this by contrast, right?
Okay.
So you get up and you get up on the wrong side of the bed and you're rushing out of the house and you get in your car and everything ticks you off, right? I got up on the wrong side of the bed. I didn't hesitate. I ran out the door, and now everything is on my last nerve. I could maybe have switched that scenario around where I get up on the wrong side of the bed because it happens sometimes, right? You take a moment. You take a moment to listen within, do your meditation, do something. That little bit of peace and harmony that you can create within then makes getting in your car and getting on the road perhaps a little bit of a different experience.
Yeah. It just takes a little small nudge, a little small shift
Mm-hmm.
makes a big difference. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And
And I
then you
mean,
won't give the finger to the other person that's driving next to you.
right? And sometimes it's taking care of basic needs. Did you run out of the house and not eat? Did
Mhm.
you run out of the house and not take that bathroom break that you desperately needed because you wouldn't take the 30 seconds to do it?
Right.
So, you know, what do you need to do to focus on that inner peace? I mean, we've talked about initiation, angel whispers, and inner peace. You know, these cards amaze me with what comes
Well,
out when you just pick three.
right. So some simple things that can be done is when you get up and you start, everybody's going to get up to go to the bathroom, brush their teeth typically, right? So when you get up, stop doing your to-do lists in your head. Get up and have some appreciation for yourself, appreciation for the water. Just stay present. Don't think of the past, don't think of the future. Stay present and take a deep breath of appreciation to be here and now. I think
Mhm.
that's one thing that you can do.
Yeah. Appreciation and gratitude. So, some of you know that with the transition of the Violet Butterfly physical space, um, a lot of the stuff has come to my house. And goodness gracious, that thought just flew right out of my head.
You were appreciating. So you're
Oh, yeah,
appreciating.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
So there,
welcome.
so there are some things that have had to move along.
Mm-hmm.
And with everything that I have either put out on the side of the road to give to others, that whoever wants it, you come take it, or I've had to put in the trash because of some reason or another. It's even my husband has started this. Thank you for your good service.
Yes.
Like, you have served me so well for so many years. Thank you so much for your service. And it sounds cheesy,
It's not. I like it.
but yeah, it's gotten to be a crazy habit of when something goes in the trash that
Right.
may be serviceable, may not be serviceable. It doesn't matter. Um, Thank you for your service.
So that's a nice saying that you can do. So here's one that I've used in times of when I had a lot of things that I had to unfold that seemed to be beyond my control, like whether it be, federal taxes or whatever it may be, right? So
Mhm.
Ganesha, clear the way, allow what's good to come my way. So whatever that case may be, whatever the problem may be, by just releasing it, surrendering it, Ganesh removes obstacles.
Yeah.
So allow what's good to come my way, or you allow what's good to come my way today. You make it your own, things like that. Or you can, my good soul sister would bubble up before she left the house to get in the car. So she would put a little bubble around her. Bubble up, buttercup, root down, rise up. You just like you put a little field around you and you just stay grounded and keep your energy straight. But if you're in that bad mood, it might just be bubble up.
Yep. Yep. It's whatever you can do in the moment to make a difference with that, creating more of that inner peace.
Right. And another thing that you can, depending on if you like sound or not, some people would hate this, other people would like it. If I find that I'm getting into a space that a pattern, maybe a repetitive pattern, I don't want to repeat, I snap my fingers and I say, "Okay, done." It's kind of like a thing that you are putting you're putting a stop on it. You're not letting it get momentum.
Okay.
Switch it.
So it's interesting that you say that. I had a discussion with one of my chiropractors last week, and she knows what's going on with me as far as the business and what my plans are for the future, at least as much as I know, right? And she she asked me, she's like, "Do you hum?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" Because I think about all the annoying things that people do. and and yeah, there are times that that's the kind of stuff that pops into my head initially. So I said, "No, but what are you trying to say?" And she's like, "Well, from a healing perspective, humming from our throat chakra, right, is very soothing. Like,
I agree.
all of our nerves come from our head through our neck and into the rest of our body. So humming like om through here is healing and soothing. Now, the other benefit of that is if you're humming, I dare you to try this. Hum and try to think at the same time.
So you
It's
stop your thought, you stop your
you
chatter.
you do. Yep.
I like that.
So I've been playing around with
Humming.
yes,
I
just
snap my
random
fingers and
times.
you hum. We can make a band.
No.
Spiritual band. Here you go.
But that's something that you can do while you're driving. It kind of gets you out of like that habitual thought pattern of whatever's going on around you, and maybe help back down some of the stuff that's happening around
Yeah,
you.
that's true. And what you want to try to avoid is allowing that negative pattern to take momentum. I'm not saying that if you have a problem, you're not going to think about what can be done to help it, but you can't just let it get out of control and
Right.
take over. So kind of
Right.
like change your thought pattern. If you put it out there to your guides, I'm looking for a solution to X, and then you kind of let it go for a while, it'll come back to you. It's kind of like taking a break too when you're doing a project, and then you get that
Yeah.
other perspective.
Absolutely. Or or like there are times that you're trying to find something, right? And you're looking and you're looking and you're looking and you can't find it. If you take a break at some point while you're doing something else, it pops in your head, "Oh, this is where it is.
This is
Hold
where
on,
it
I
is.
gotta go look for it."
Always
So,
find your answer.
yep. All right, so I want to go back. We talked about initiation, this card right
Mm-hmm.
here, and how it gives us a perspective that all the new things are a part of our evolution. It helps us to grow. It gives us the strength to continue to grow. The next one was angel whispers, listening to that little voice within. You guys have heard us talk about that like a million times at least. Um, in this case, it's, your angels, listening to the angels. And then the last one was inner peace,
Mm.
finding that place of inner peace, that inner sanctum, that you can go and enjoy, because that's what we create with our practices, even if it's a millisecond of inner peace.
It's- it can go a long way. That little bit of time can just, it's like the positive is so much more powerful than the negative.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, and I think this is a very timely conversation with life as it is going on right now. So I'll
Absolutely.
welcome that inner peace.
Me too.
I
For sure. All right, anything else, Lisa?
don't think so. I just wish you all inner peace. Let us know if you have found any of these tips helpful, or if
Yeah,
maybe there's something new that you use that we haven't spoke about that you'd want to add to that. So please send the comments.
excellent. Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lisa. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. We'd love to hear from you about your experiences. Leave us a comment below. You can find more information about Lisa and her offerings on her website, the2communicate.net. Michelle's shop is the Violet Butterfly Metaphysical Healing Center in Palm Harbor, Florida. You can find more information at thevioletbutterflymhc.com, including the online store.